All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. Well, as you can see, you got me today. Okay, now one of the good things about being able to work from home is that sometimes we as humans get sick. And so Sarah, she's not feeling too well today. She's got a massive migraine. And so it's up to me to deliver this valuable message on how you can use a blog using these three elements to produce more leads, more sales for your business. Now, anybody who's been in business for themselves can hopefully by now kind of wrap their head around the fact that there's many resources, many tools out there that can get you to make more money, get you to make more leads, and get you to have that long-term sustainability inside your business. But there is none stronger that we have found than the blog. Okay, now if you have a blog, what do you do with it though? How do I actually use it? And that's what we're gonna go in and teach you today, is three elements to actually get your blog to be a lead generating, kind of just sales generating machine. Okay, and you could do that if you understand the three elements that get put into a successful blog. Now, some of the people right now that might be watching this might be wondering, well, what are the benefits of a blog for my business if I have a business right now? Or what are the benefits of blogging for business, right? And so as a quick kind of introduction to that, blogging is going to help you create something that not a lot of people are using in the marketing industry or in business, period. It's a way to relate to your customers and engage with them and provide value that not a lot of people are. So it's going to create authenticity. It's going to create all these things for you that's going to help make you look like more of a real person. Plus, it's a platform for you to actually sell things on if you are looking to do that as well. There's so many different facets of being able to use a blog, and there's multiple dimensions to it to where you can actually get in, like, you could use it for connecting with people. You could use it for sales. You could use it for a combination of both. And that's kind of what we do. And so that is exactly what we do. And so today we're going to teach you the three elements that are going to bring you more leads and sales. And before we do that, I want to just kind of share a little bit about myself. Now, me personally, I have been in the business of internet marketing or network marketing, whatever you want, affiliate marketing, online marketing for about 18 months now. And a little over 18 months with my fiance. And we decided to get into this business for one big reason. That was to be able to provide a sustainable family at our house, a household that was going to be where we were the main influences. And our background really didn't give us the opportunity, or we didn't see the opportunity back then to be able to take advantage of this stuff now. And being 2015 and being, the new age, there's plenty of ways to make money, and there's plenty of ways that you could still be there for your family while you're earning an income. And that's one thing that got us to really take advantage of the opportunity. And without me being at my breaking point, which was, working about 50 to 60 hours a week between two restaurant jobs at the time, and making, it was garbage money. Let's just be real. It was probably like $100 maybe that I would make at that time between the two jobs. And then I got fired from one of them. Okay. And that left me really struggling, because then combined, that was about the same time that I met Sarah, who's usually with me on these hangouts. And we ended up going through a period in our time, a time period where we were making about $50 combined. And, at that certain time in my life, I wasn't used to that. I'm a very I'm a go-getter, right? I'm a go-giver, I'm a go-getter. I'm the kind of person that wants more out of life. So to see what I had just set as a standard now, it broke my heart. I was sitting here thinking to myself, I've got to do something different, and she deserves better. Anybody who's watching this kind of knows when you get to that point where it's like, okay, well, I know that I could be up here. I could live up here. I know it. I have the potential. I have the desire. I have everything that I need, but why am I living down here? And when I came to that realization, I said, something's got to give. And at that time, I was about 25 years old. And like I mentioned, it was when I met Sarah, and I was licensed as a realtor at that time, but it didn't do anything for me. Okay. I didn't know what exactly it meant to be a businessman. I didn't know anything. And so, of course, being in business for yourself as a realtor, you think like, okay, well, you have to have money to make money, which is the truth. But there's also fundraising. There's so many different resources out there that can actually give you what you need to get your startup going. And we didn't realize the abundance that our life really had, and anybody's life has. We all live with an abundance. And it's just a matter of whether we could tap into that, whether we want to tap into that, or whether we know how to. And when I came to that realization that, okay, it's that time. I've got to go and do something different now. I've got to make that jump, that leap of faith. And when I did, what it led me to was into what was a habit or a hobby at that time, which was playing poker. It led me to play that full time. And anybody who's done a major shift in their careers before, I hope watching this, you guys know that, man, that's ballsy, because I went from literally making $25 a day to I mean, sometimes losing upwards to 1,000 or two, you know, and that was deeper into my career. Because I started off playing really small because I had to, I didn't have any money, but I learned to build up my bankroll, and I learned to do things like how basically an entrepreneur does and how a business is ran. And I started to learn things that I didn't know before. And I started to look back at the way that I treated my previous businesses, and I realized I didn't take them serious enough. And so my next promise to myself was that I'm going to take anything that I do and I'm going to give it everything that I got. I'm going to go and I'm going to give it everything that I got. So I gave, I had to play poker full time for about 4 years, and 2 of those years were amazing. Okay. 2 of those years were really amazing. The other 2, that was about the latter half. Those were the years that my daughter was actually born. So I became a father, and my priorities got switched around a little bit. Now I still love the game, and I tell you, I love the game more than anything, but I just love the game a lot. But I realized that by me being out there 18 hours a day, it wasn't my dream. It wasn't my dream. So you figure I'd already hit a rock bottom where it was like, okay, I know I'm worth more than $25 a day. And then I go to here and I'm feeling good about what I made, you know, about my decision. I'm feeling good about what I'm doing. And then I get blessed with a baby girl. And it's like, okay, well, what am I going to do now to where I can be there for my family and actually provide still? And with me being at the tables for 18 hours a day, you know, 12 to 18 hours a day, it wasn't going to work like that, especially if I came home a loser. You know what I mean? Which happens. You end up going through these sessions that you end up paying to play poker instead of getting paid. Okay. And when you go weeks on end like that, it kind of damages your morale and it throws your family through a loop. And not many people can handle those kind of swings. And so I don't want to put my family through that. I decided then at that point, let's look for something different. And I was still, okay, I say that I had made the decision, but honestly, deep down, I probably didn't, because it took my friend about 7 months before he had got through to me to where we were even open to hearing about this opportunity that I'm involved with now, our primary company. And basically he had sat me down and showed me this amazing thing that would have gotten me to where I wanted to go. Okay. Now I had told him that I didn't want to play poker full time anymore because it was just a little bit stressful for the family. I loved it, but the family didn't need to go through those ups and downs like how I did. Okay. If I could experience them on my own, you know, good, you know, God bless me. That's what I should be doing. But my family got involved. And so he showed me a way, and he said, look, this is a way you could build a business around playing poker to where you can actually share your passion with the world and get paid for it. And I was like, there's no way that this is going to happen. There's no way. So then he kept talking about, what else do you like? You know, and I kept talking about, you know, the Dallas Cowboys, or, you know, things like that I felt that I loved dearly. And he said, build a business around that. And I didn't understand what he meant. I had no clue. And so 7 months go by and I'm still working the tables. Okay. I'm still hitting the tables hard. I'm still upset and depressed sometimes when I come home, and it's killing my family. Well, what do you do then when you get to that point? You have to make that decision to say, I'm really all in now. I'm really going to go and get this, whatever I got to do, whatever it takes, I'm going to change my life. You know, and that's where it came to me. And that's at that moment, I was in the garage with my friend, and he was going over these things with me, and he showed me numbers, and then flipped out his phone and he showed me what he had made in his online business that week. And it blew my mind, because I didn't think that anything like that was possible at that time. I thought that the only way you could make money was hands-on work. The harder you worked, the more you made. And, you know, you had to be there. You had to grind it. And the way that he was working, it was actually freeing up more of his time, and he was making more money. So that just got me to think, okay, well, I could do this. If he could do this, I could do this. And so that led us to where I was talking and discussing with Sarah. She decided, you know what? I want to be that person to retire you. I want to help you. Let's get retired. Let's semi-retire at the age of 34. Why not? You know what I mean? Let's do that. And when it got to the point when we said, let's make that happen, our lives really changed, because we started to really hone in on each other's skills, help each other build each other up, and get in tune with our deepest passions, which, I mean, are helping people create more money and time freedom inside their life. And so that's been our goal, is to help as many people as we can. And we love to help at least 50 people. Okay, that's our goal, is 50 people a year to help break free from their 9 to 5 or whatever it is that they do, so they can actually enjoy more of the freedom that they want. And so that's where we are right now. That's kind of my story, where I led. And anybody who's been previously to these hangouts, you know a little bit about Sarah, and she's just an awesome fiance, team member, and, you know, leader and everything like that. So I hope that you guys tune in tomorrow, because we will all be back together. But to get into the meat and potatoes of the 3 elements that are going to help you create more leads and sales using a blog. Okay, now, what is a blog for? Like we mentioned, okay, now it's to build authority, number one. Now, anybody who doesn't know about authority, Google Alexa.com. Okay, now anybody who knows about websites or building those things, they're going to be in Alexa pounding out, competitors' websites, figuring out what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, things like that. And Alexa is a website that ranks other websites nationally, worldwide. Okay, and so it gives you a rank compared on how your traffic is, the relevance of your topic to your audience. It gives all these statistics that are going to give you an overall score. That score is going to be your domain authority. That's going to be where you stand according to Google and according to competition around the world. And so you want to get ranked as high as possible. Now, how do you do that? Years of hard work, honestly. I hate to blow your bubble, no. Or you can go ahead and you hop onto a platform that is something like we provide. I'm going to give you the opportunity to do that at the end of this for those of you who stay tuned. And you take advantage of somebody who's already set up in it as an authority. Okay, and you kind of piggyback on there, but you do it in a way that you're branding yourself. Okay, because if you can imagine if there's a website, okay, ranked in the top 200 that you could be a part of, well, imagine if your blog is a part of that authority, okay, that authority site. Now, instead of you trying to build something on your own, which will most likely start way down here on page 3,732, it's going to be a lot easier for you to rank because it's going to look as if you're a part of this authority domain. Okay, so that's how it kind of works. You're going to be able to see. I would love to like challenge you guys, those of you who are kind of skeptics still, to set up one blog and then set up another blog. Do the exact same thing, do the exact same thing for both of them, and see which one you can get to rank as an authority domain faster. I would love to see that happen because it's not going to happen as fast. I mean, I'd bet a lot of nuts and bolts on that. Okay, and so that's why it's very important to have a blog, along with other things like connecting, building rapport, getting to get your passion out there. I mean, it's very big. It's not a stagnant website. So when you get you to build your brand, which a lot of people feel like having a website is building their brand, which they can use that. But if you are just a one-dimensional brand, if you're just a logo and a tagline, then you're missing out on a lot of people who want that in-depth feel from people that they're buying from. A lot of folks, they do want to feel like they know the person that they're doing business with. Now, how can you do that with just a standard website? It's very difficult to get your point across like that because with a blog, you're updating your information every single day, or you should be. And you should be just giving tons of value, which is going to share with them that not only you know your stuff, but you care enough about them to share it with them in a way that they can use, apply, and start to see results in their own business. You know what I mean? Like that's when people are like, oh man, I've been following this guy forever and I haven't paid anything for what I've been learning. And I've been able to create, 3 more sales in my business or 10 more sales or, X amount of leads or, whatever it may be. And that all comes from just you providing them free information through a blogging platform. Okay. And that's huge for business. That is huge for business. And what else do we have here? To build and develop relationships with the audience. If we went to that, okay, so why should you blog? That's another question. Why should you blog? Okay, so it's the number one way, number one reason to connect with your audience. Okay, when people come to your blog, it's not to just like scan through and to go to a pay now kind of thing. That's what websites are for. Websites, you send them to a website, they know that there's going to be a click now or a buy now, a cart or something like that, right? With the blogs, they're getting there to be a little bit entertained. They want to feel you. They want to know exactly what it was, like I was saying. And that's when you can get in touch with somebody in a way that they can relate with, where there's that common bond, then they're going to be long-term buyers. They're going to be long-term buyers. And these are all reasons why you should be blogging. These aren't even the elements yet. So if you're not blogging for your business, just imagine how much more of an impact you can have on your audience if you did, have one and you could actually do this, exactly what we're saying. What's another thing? And mind you, if I'm looking down, I just got some notes here that I'm reading. No big deal. But a lot of value today. A lot of value. And so it provides an opportunity to bring tons of eyes to your product or service. So you're now in control. A lot of people who feel like they're in control of who sees their product on Facebook or anything like that, they're not. You're actually not in control at all. And when you get these ranges of people who are going to be visiting your site and stuff like that, those are paid ads that you are hoping they deliver on, right? And typically they do really good job with those. But if you could be in control of promoting your own ad, right, and promoting your own blog, it's the number one way for you to get your product and service out to people, because you're going to have your own domain. It's going to be your own thing. It's not just a fan page. It's not anything like that. You see what I'm saying? And then the 3 elements, okay? So we're gonna get into it right now. This is the good stuff right now. The 3 elements to what it's gonna take to make your blog a lead generation machine, okay? Lead magnet, right? Element number 1 is to lead with value, okay? You're gonna wanna lead with value. Immediately address the challenge and make sure you don't make the challenge in the body, okay? You're gonna wanna address that immediately. You're gonna wanna lead with that. You're gonna wanna go ahead and say, you know what, this is why you're here, or this is the problem we're going to solve, or you know, something like that. Okay, it's going to be exactly like acknowledge, or you can acknowledge their expectation. It's like I said, okay, this is what we're here for, or you know, this is what you're going to get out of this. Okay, and tell them what they'll learn. Okay, so if you could do these 3 things, you can immediately address the challenge, acknowledge their expectation, and tell them what they'll learn. You're going to end up seeing a higher engagement rate on, or at least a longer time for them to stay on your blog. Okay, that's number 1. You're going to have to lead with these things though, okay? Because if you lead with something other than value, if you lead with something like something that doesn't get them to think and get them to appreciate why they're here, you're going to lose them. A lot of people, you only have a very short amount of time to catch their attention span. People, they want to be wowed right away. And then you can kind of hold on to them throughout the content because they've been wowed. They know, okay, well, he's gotten me here. There's probably going to be another 1 or 2 of these things that can keep me here. You see, and that's one thing that we encourage people who are beginning in their blogging stages to know that you got to lead with the value. Don't wait to hide that into the end thinking that, okay, well, they're going to have to scroll down and stay on here before they get what they need. Don't make it like that. Excuse me. Teach them what you know. Now, a lot of people might look at that and say, well, I don't really know much. I'm a beginner in this industry. I'm, you know, anything like that. Well, as soon as you go through a new product, as soon as you go through a new training, as soon as you do anything and see any kind of results, share those with people that are following you. Okay. And if you don't feel like you have anybody following you, that's what you start doing. You start sharing that information. The people who are going to attract themselves to that message are going to be the right people for your business. So that's all you have to really remember on. If you don't have anything right now or anybody, that shouldn't stop you from putting it out there. Okay. Because you can never say the wrong thing to the right person. Whatever you say, those people that resonate with your message, those are going to be the people that you do want in your business. Okay. And share what you said you would. So if you have a headline that says you're going to learn how to, you know, generate leads into your business, but then your whole content is about recruiting, you know, how sponsoring or something like that, it doesn't make any sense. It's got to be congruent. It's got to be congruent. You've got to be able to share what you said you were going to share. You don't want to do the old bait and switch where you've let them in with like a super powerful headline, and then you end up taking it away and leading with something else. Okay. Share how you overcome it. Share how you overcame obstacles and things like that. Okay, that's going to be a big part of what you need to do when you're teaching them things. Okay, and then provide the solution. So if you don't know what to teach them about, if you don't know what to start with, you just start with something that you've learned. Okay, if you don't know much, if you're like, you know what, I haven't learned much lately, start with something that you solved. Okay, I hope that you solved some kind of problem somewhere along the way lately, and then tell them the solution. If you tie in all 3 of those things, they're going to be able to take your information, use it, see results themselves, come back, share those results with you, which will help your business. You need testimonies in this business. You need testimonies. And when you deliver in value like this, you're going to get people that come back to you and say, wow, I've taken exactly what you've learned or what I've learned, and I've gotten my first lead, or I got my first sale, or I recruited my first, I sponsored my first person. Whatever it may be, that's going to be powerful for other people outside of your sphere, right? Outside of your sphere, to see that and go, man, this guy's the real deal. And then just imagine the people who are involved in that person's sphere who's sharing that testimony with you. They've now done wonders for your business and your brand by just sharing that information with people who are in their circle, right? And that's huge, because a lot of times when you write good content like this, it's going to get shared. It's going to get reshared, retweeted, favorited, whatever it is. You want it to go viral. You're not writing it to go viral, but a lot of the times when you just provide that awesome content, you're going to get things that are going to just blow up, and you're going to be like, man, I'm so happy I wrote that, right? And so the first one is first element, lead with value. Second element, teach them what you know, okay? The third element and the final element is give your readers direction on what to do next. This is where so many blogs go wrong. So many bloggers do this incorrectly. Okay, I hate the word wrong, but they just do it incorrectly. They do a very poor job at it. And if you give a strong call to action on what to do next, you're going to see your conversion rates go through the roof. They're going to double, triple, quadruple, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever numbers that you have, but it's going to increase. Because so many people, when they get done, they get afraid to make that statement, to say, hey, look, you know what? You want to see how I've been able to do this? You want to work with me one-on-one? You want to do this? You want to do this? Well, then you have to work with me. You just have to. You can find this information on your own, but it'll take you a lot longer and it'll be a lot more difficult for you to do this on your own. So you know what? Let's do this together. I'm here for you. I want to work with you. Like whatever the call to action is, but they're afraid to ask for the sale. They're afraid to ask for that person to say, will you buy from me? Because that's really what it is. As somebody providing value on a blog, you are going to go ahead and you're going to offer them valuable advice that's going to help change the way that they do business. And hopefully you have a product. I mean, if you're blogging and you're just running like a hobby kind of thing, more power to you. We're talking about here on these Hangouts though, blogging for profit and building a business around your passion through using a profitable blogging platform. That's really what it is right now. You know what I mean? And if you're not having that call to action at the very end, you're missing out. You need to be able to have that in there. And if you need help with that, we go in depth with our team about how to help them create those strong call to actions that can get people to click through to whatever sales video or buy now page or whatever it is that you're trying to promote, and get them to do that at a higher rate. That all comes, or a big majority of that comes from the call to action. So, and then tell them why to follow and what will they get from it. Okay, so if you give them instructions on the call to action, doesn't always have to be just a sales video. It doesn't have to be a page like that either. It could be like join me on Facebook. It could be like join me on Twitter. It could be subscribe to my YouTube channel. You see what I'm saying? Those are all calls to action. So you want to make sure to tell them why they need to follow those too. So if you say, hey, subscribe to my YouTube channel, you're going to receive X, Y, and Z. That's going to help them see exactly what's going on. Okay. And what they're going to get from it. So exactly. So if you say, hey, follow my Twitter, you're going to get updates every single day, 6 times a day of tips and tricks on how to blank, blank, and blank, right? X, Y, and Z. Those are things that are going to help you increase your conversions and your click-throughs. And that's what you want to do when you're in business for yourself. And that's a quick way to get more leads and sales into your business. So now that you folks know a little bit about me, right? And you know the 3 elements, or actually you know how or why blogging is important, right? And if you don't, just make sure to watch this from the beginning, because I go into nice detail about why actually you are missing out if you're not blogging. Okay, it does a lot for your business, it does a lot for your brand, and it's something to look into if you are not currently using that. We also talked about why you should blog, okay, and that's valuable as well. And then the 3 elements to your blog and how those 3 elements are going to be able to make you more leads and more sales. Okay, so now that you have all that information, I hope you found today valuable, and I just have one more thing to discuss with you, and that is to give you an opportunity to work with Sarah and I, who's not here right now, as you can see, breaks my heart, but she's not here. And we're going to give you an opportunity right now to work with us directly. And that should pop up right about now. I think so. There you go. I think there it is. And if it isn't, there you go. Okay, we should be good. So there it is right there. The button's over to your right or beneath you, depending on where you're watching this. But it's going to be your opportunity right now to go ahead and join us directly and run with us, lock arms with us, so that we can get you building your business around a profitable blog. Whatever it is that you're passionate about, whatever it is that you're doing right now currently in business, let's start together getting you more leads and more sales into your business. And if you're not having that already, let's get you your first sale. Let's get you generating money online. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is powerful stuff. And I'm excited because the stuff that we get to teach you are stuff that stuff that we've been implementing for about 2 years or for about 18 months, but just recently, I'm talking in the last 90 days, have we been able to see some extreme results with this. And so we want to share our promise with you that is that is that when you click that button, you decide to lock arms with us. It's not going to be just a we kind of leave you kind of there to drown kind of deal. No, we're there for you, and we're there because we want to see you succeed. And we promise that we're not going to be able to, we're not going to be there, or not going to be that kind of people that just leave you. Okay. So we're going to share with you, we know we're going to get you started fast. And those of you who take action today are also going to be able to get a free 30-minute game plan call with Sarah and I, which we typically charge $197 for. Okay, now that is extreme value. And in that call, we're going to go into a 90-day step-by-step guide. Okay, that's going to give you enough information to get started running fast. Plus, we'll set up weekly meetings and ways to help you on your own time and build you at your own speed. Okay, that's our promise to you for all of you who decide that you know what, today was valuable. I love what these guys are doing, and I want to be a part of that team. Okay, so come back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Okay, if for those of you who did not take action, they come back tomorrow at 3 p.m. and we're going to share some more awesome things with you. Okay, but those of you who did, I'm going to be in contact with you right now. I get a notification right away when you end up pushing the button, and I'm going to go ahead and get in contact with you guys so we can get this coaching call on immediately after this thing. If you guys are available, we're going to set it up immediately after this. Okay, so I thank you guys for coming in today, taking time out to enjoy this hangout, and hey, come back tomorrow, kick butt today, and we'll see you then.